Nobody tells you this when you're younger. Nobody warns you that the life God has planned for you will first try to break you. They show you the mountain, but they don't tell you about the valley you have to walk through to get there. The loneliness, the failure, the seasons where God feels silent, and the ground beneath your feet feels hollow. But here's what I need you to understand today. Silence is not abandonment. That pain is not punishment. The pain is preparation. There's a gold it there's a reason gold is refined in a fire. You don't take raw ore and put it on display. You put it in the furnace. You subject it to heat that would destroy lesser things. And what comes out on the other side is something pure, something valuable, something real. God does the same thing with men. The Bible doesn't give us a single hero whose story skipped the suffering. Abraham waited decades for a promise that looked impossible. Joseph was betrayed by his own brothers, thrown into a pit, sold into slavery, and locked in prison before he stood at the right hand of Pharaoh. David was hunted like an animal across the wilderness before he sat on the throne. And Jesus himself, the Son of God, was not spared from the cross. So why do we think we should be? Why do we look at our pain and assume something has gone wrong? Nothing has gone wrong. The furnace is part of the plan. Here's what most men don't realize. God isn't just building you up through pain. He's burning off of you. He's burning things off of you. Pride that would have made you impossible to lead. Comfort that would have made you too soft to serve. Fear disguised as caution. Self-resilience dressed up as strength. Pain strips you down to what's real. When everything is taken from you, when you lose the job, the relationship, the reputation, the version of yourself you thought you were, you find out who you actually are. And more importantly, you find out whose you are. A man who has never suffered deeply is a man who has never been tested deeply. And a man who has never been tested doesn't yet know the full weight of what he carries, what he's capable of carrying. God is not afraid of your pain. He is using it. Think about how a muscle grows. You don't get stronger by staying comfortable. You get stronger by subjecting the muscle to resistance, to tension, to the point of failure. And then you rest, and you grow. Every season of struggle in your life is God adding weight to the bar. Not because He wants to crush you, but because He knows you were built to carry more than you think. The man you are being called to become requires a vision of you that does not yet exist. And that version can only be forged through what you're walking through right now. The broken relationship taught you how to love with accountability. That financial collapse taught you the difference between worth and wealth. The depression in the dark room taught you how to seek something beyond yourself. The betrayal taught you to discriminate. The grief taught you how to hold someone else in theirs. Nothing was wasted. Not one tear. Not one sleepless night. Not one unanswered prayer. God was in all of it. I want you to close your eyes for a moment. Think about the man you want to become. Steady, grounded, unshakable. A man whose word means something. A man who can walk into chaos and bring peace. A man who can lead his family, serve his community, and stand firm when everything around him is shifting. That man was built in the fire you're standing in right now. He wasn't handed those qualities. He earned them through the exact kind of pain you're trying to escape. So I'm not going to tell you to run from it. I'm going to tell you to go through it. Keep your eyes shut. Keep your faith intact. Keep showing up, even when you don't feel like it. Even when God feels distant. Even when the answer hasn't come yet. Because on the other side of the season is the man God always saw when He looked at you. The world doesn't need more comfortable men. It needs men who have been through something. Men who understood what it means to be broken and rebuilt. Men who have stood in the furnace and come out refined. God builds men through pain, not because he is cruel, but because he is a craftsman. And he does not do ordinary work. If you're in the middle of a season that's crushing you right now, hold on. You're not forgotten. You are not finished. You are being made. Trust the process. Trust the pain. Trust the one who planned it.